Alright, welcome back to Stride University. This video we're going to go over how to do some custom communication for each of your events. So we've created in this little tour of the events module, we've created an event called the Tour de Donut. So we're going to come back into here, and you can see all of my creation here and my ticket information. So now there's a couple of different things we can do on the communication side. Sometimes at the beginning of each event, we want to, when people register, we might want to ask them some questions so that we can prepare. So we can add a question here is like, what type of donut do you want? And we're going to say this is a mandatory answer. They have to ask this. They have to answer this, and then we can ask once per order, or so they only are answered once, but that would make it so that if they ordered multiple tickets, the one answer would be across all of them. So if people register, we want them to be able to answer individually for each registration. So we're not going to click that. And so we're going to put that here. We're going to add a line here that we can say what their answers might be. So we're going to put sugar, glazed, chocolate, or maple. So they've got their choices. They're out here riding, and every mile they're going to stop and eat a donut. They get to choose which kind of donut they want. So we're just going to hit and save and close. Then once they register for this event, a little pop-up is going to come in. They're going to say, hey, before you finish registering, you need to answer this question. And I would choose glazed because that's the type of guy that I am. But they would select their donut and be able to go ahead and go through checkout. So that's kind of a neat little thing. And you can add as many questions as you want for the event. So you can have them answer 5, 10 questions, however many you want, or just one. So that's one way you can kind of customize your registrations. And then another way we can customize our communication is if we come in here, you can see at the creation of every event, we have default communication. So the first one is the event registration confirmation. As soon as they pay and are confirmed, then they will get this email. And it shows up in their inbox. And we can actually, if we want to take a look at it, it's kind of generic, but this is what it looks like. You can see it says, hey, attendee, we're happy to confirm your registration for the event, yada yada. You can add it to your calendar, so on and so forth. So that's kind of the email registration confirmation that comes out as soon as they do that. And then we have some other ones set, and one is an event reminder for 3 days, and the other one is the same event reminder, but it's for an hour before. So you can actually change these. Say you want to set this at 10 days before, and you want to set this one at 2 days before. That's you can set that, and we have these down, immediately at the time of event, or then after the event. If you wanted to send like, hey, we want to send a follow-up email after the event, you could choose that. So we're just going to keep those there. So these are all prior to the event happening. The other neat thing I just want to point out on these, say you send these by email, and the event comes out that email shoots out 10 days before the event, but if you're like me, you don't check your inbox, personal inbox every single day, so I wait a couple days and then I see this event reminder. When I open it up, it's actually going to say, hey, you have 8 days until this event. Even though the email was sent out 10 days before, it's dynamic, so it pulls in and says, hey, this person is looking at this 8 days before the event. So it's kind of nice. I would recommend keeping at least one of these event reminders in your lineup every time you create an event, because it does have that dynamic content. But I also know that there are times when you want to have your own personalized email that gets sent out, and that's what we can do down here. We can add a line. We can say, hey, we're going to send out an email, And if I say this, like, let's say this is our items to bring. So we have a list of items that we want our attendees to bring. We're going to start typing, and then we're going to hit create and edit. And that brings up this dialog box, and we can start to create and edit our email. So here we can say, hey, our subject is we're so excited for the big race. And then down here we can start adding in our content. Like I showed in the previous video, we have this backslash, and we can bring up different commands. One thing that is nice about this email, we have a dynamic placeholder. And if we click on that and hit enter, we can come through here, and one of these that I want to add is the attendee name. So this is going to say, hey, this is their name, but if we don't have a name, which you always should, we can, but if for some crazy reason you don't, you can just say, hey, if they don't have a name in the registration, we're just going to say hi. So up here it says, hey, object name, so this is going to say Nate or hi. We're so excited for this event. Please make sure to bring the following items. And then we can come in here and we can say, hey, we're going to add a bolded list. Oh, sorry, you got to make sure that I hit my enter key a couple times more. We're going to come here, bolded list, and I'm going to say helmet, water, biking gloves, etc. And then I can come down here and say I want to add a picture. So we can come down here, add an image. We're going to put my bike back in there, and then that's kind of big, so if you click on the picture, it brings up some edit tools that we can do, and I'm just going to make sure that that's a little bit smaller. Click on the 50%, and then I'm going to click down here and add some other things. Awesome. You can also add some attachments to this email, so if you have a PDF that you have already created that has all the information, you could totally just click on this add attachments, add it in there, and you're good to go. So now that we've done that, we also want to make sure we come into the email configuration here. If you don't put a from, it's gonna come from whoever created the event, which is fine. That's what we want. And then we're gonna click this box and just say it's the default recipients, and then that will send it to everyone that registers. So we're gonna hit save and close. Done that, and now we have. I'm gonna send this 3 days before the event, and I'm going to save that, and we are good to go. Something I didn't go over in the last video that we'll add back later, but I'm going to capture it here, so hopefully you're watching all of these. This event is ready to go live, but you'll notice up here this icon is still red, and it says go to website. That means, if this is red, that means that this is not showing up on your website. So no one can actually register for this event if that's the only way they can. So you can register for events through the point of sale as well, but if you want people to register online, you've got to publish it first. And you do that by going to the website and clicking published. We're ready to go. That is now live, and people can go in and click on the events and see that we've got the Torte donut, and we've got a quilting thing and another one. They're all using the same icons because I created all of these. But so now you can come in here and see. Awesome. I want to sign up. I'm going to register. It's going to ask me what my name is and what type of donut do I want. Awesome. Great. And then I can go through and do the whole checkout process. So that's how we can customize this and and create new events. I'm going to go move that into my announced column now, and we are good to go. Go ahead. We're excited for you to go create some events and host some events, and maybe one day, if we're lucky, we might be able to even come to one of your events in the future. Have a good day.